Imagine living a life where every part of your childhood was documented. From the first time you walked, to the first time you talked, to even the first time your mother taught you about private parts. Y'all, I wish I was joking. In today's video, we'll be talking about Nika Diwa. I'm sorry if I'm saying her name wrong, but I believe it's Nika Diwa. We'll be talking about her problematic content, her oversharing, and the harm she's doing to her kids. And I won't even say without even knowing, because there comes a certain point where people are aware of the type of attention they are attracting towards their channel or their social media. So Nika Diwa is a popular TikToker, Instagrammer, YouTuber, basically everything under the sun. She's excelled in short form content. Now, the first time I saw Nika Diwa was through YouTube Shorts, and I remember her talking about her interracial relationship, I believe. I didn't really know that she was a family content creator until one of you guys commented on my last video about the Resilient Jenkins, which I actually think this might excel the Resilient Jenkins. But for some reason, in Nika Diwa's case, a lot of the things get swept under the rug because, you know, if you're poor, everything seems 10 times worse than what it actually is. I'm not here to like try to compare two bads, but what I am saying is that not a lot of people talk about Nika Diwa and what she's doing because her family looks more well off, and it's a little bit more cute simply because I have to be honest, looks and money have a lot to play in the way people perceive you. Okay, don't attack me, attack society. It's not a lie. And I'm talking from first-hand experience. Oh, this got a little too deep, a little too quickly. But basically, Nika Diwa creates a lot of family content. She gives parenting advice. She documents quite literally everything. And I wish that wasn't the case because there comes a point where oversharing and the internet do not mix. Like, you have to understand, a million people cannot possibly be your friends at once. So we're gonna take a look at some of these videos, and you guys are gonna see why I'm talking about being interracial, being a child, and like just family vloggers and family content in general. So in this video, Nika is talking to her child about boundaries in private parts. In this video, Nika has a daughter laying down with one of her legs propped up at a certain angle where you can't really see too much, but you pretty much have an idea of what she's doing. And she's teaching her child about different private parts. Now, I did not find the full video. I did not watch a full video. I only ran into a stitch that someone else made. And that is one of the first things that you even see when you search up her name, like literally search up her name on TikTok. And that's one of the first things you see is someone talking about, hey, maybe you shouldn't have this on social media. And she took the video down. Thank God she took the video down. I'm hoping this means, hey, let's not share these things online. But saying that the content is still focused around the kids, I doubt that's the case. I'm really talking way too much.
Is it just me, or is this something that is not something that should be filmed and put on the internet for nearly now 7 million people to see? You know what else is private? These children's lives. You know what they can't really give informed consent to is having their lives turned into content to be monetized online. This is a super important conversation for parents to be having with their kids. But to me, setting up a camera to film while you're talking about it, while you're changing your daughter's diaper, is just incredibly invasive, performative, and counterproductive to the spirit of the discussion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I am increasingly less comfortable with children being posted online, period, much less like entire platforms being built off of them.
I agree with literally everything he said. I feel like this was more for the viewers rather than for her daughter, and actually teaching her daughter the importance of knowing like, hey, don't let anyone touch certain areas of your body. And if anything happens, come tell mommy, let mommy know that this happened. Why pick up the phone and film it? That's my only question. Like, why pick up the phone and film it? I don't even feel comfortable filming a lot of things nowadays. Like, I used to be one of those people that want to film everything. I want to take pictures of everything. Now I just go out and I'm like, do I really want to take a picture of this? Like, sometimes I go out on special occasions and I forget to take pictures, which is quite crazy. So even thinking of someone like a child who literally has no form of consenting, you can only consent for your child. So choosing to post the child's entire life on social media, it's just a very selfish thing to do because that didn't happen to you. Like, you get what I'm saying? I feel like I'm lucky enough to come from a family where my entire life was not posted on social media. So why would I go ahead and have that happen to my child or my niece or my nephew or literally any other child around me. Why would anyone want to do that? And to take it a step further, she went ahead and posted a very inappropriate looking video of her daughter that can be taken out of context by any creep, any weirdo online. And we are all aware that there are very weird people walking this planet with us. Like, God, how do they exist? That literally contradicted the entire point of the conversation. Like, I feel like she could have done this in a way where her child didn't have to be placed in the video. Her child didn't even have to be involved in the video. And then I came to find out from another video that she wasn't even showing or saying the correct terms. Like, she basically baby it and dumb it down for the child.
We need to have a talk about this creator. She does videos teaching her child how to set boundaries. However, the video I just saw is her explaining to her child the names of body parts, while also not even teaching her the scientific names, and instead she just gave nicknames for each one, which is harmful in itself. Although it doesn't show anything inappropriate, she is quite literally violating her child's privacy in this moment by filming her explaining what body parts are and what they look like and what they do for everyone on the internet to see. Why do strangers on the internet need to see you explain this to your kid? But also, you're teaching a dangerous narrative for your kid.
From this perspective, I can totally understand what she means, like when she says it's quite dangerous to like teach your child other names for their actual body parts. And on top of that, you're recording it. So literally anyone from your outer circle or your inner circle who happens to run into your kid or meet your kid can use these same words and these same tactics on your kid. Like, the internet is not some magically safe place where you can go ahead and share any and everything. There are people who have been stalked from the internet. There are people who have had pictures taken for everyone to see just from a single clip. Someone can literally take my voice, y'all. Someone can literally take my voice and create something else out of it, which is terrifying because AI is a thing. It's just super disturbing, especially coming from someone who is not a mother and seeing a mother do this. Is a lot of things just for views? Like, do you just see your kids as a content machine? And when is enough truly enough? From the beginning, I feel like that video should have never happened. I feel like that shouldn't have even been a thought. Like, there should have been something in your brain that said, hey, maybe this is a little bit too inappropriate for people to be seeing. Maybe my child deserves at least a little bit of privacy, even though she's not at the age to even understand what's going on. Maybe do your child as a human being who will eventually reach an age where she is able to understand and able to see this content, and at least make it something she will be proud of seeing. And that right there was not close to something that anyone would want to see of themselves on the internet. Not no adult, not no child, nobody. Well, adults. Certain adults, if done to them, like, you know, consent. And it was at this point I started to question like a lot of the things that she's posting, from family life, marriage, her kids, and caring about the well-being of her kids, because it just all seemed performative. I was having an anxiety attack because my baby wouldn't stop crying. This lady asked if she could hold her to give me a break. Y'all, that's a complete stranger. That is a complete stranger. Let me just give y'all a little bit of a different take from this, because I know everyone's immediate reaction is, why would you give your baby to a stranger? But let me put this into perspective. She gave her baby to a stranger and then proceed to let everybody know. 1.3 million people know that she gave her baby to a stranger. So what are the chances that someone who is, I can't even say the word here, who is crazy, seen this video and say, oh, she just be giving her kids around like that? Let me go ahead and somehow run into her and find her at one of her lowest moments and be like, hey, do you need help with your baby? And just take, like, y'all, I just question, like, when is enough enough? Like, when is enough truly enough? And I know she's a mom. I know she knows what's best for her kid. And I'm not here trying to play parent police. My biggest problem is, when do we draw the lines between recording and keeping things private? And I want to remind you guys that she does give a lot of parenting content, or at least try to frame it like it's parenting advice. And again, I'm not trying to shame this mom. I understand having anxiety and managing kids, mental illness, and being a new mom could be very overwhelming, and I do believe that it takes a village to raise a child. But I also am a firm believer that you cannot just trust any and everybody. And here again, another video, hack for flying with babies. Make strangers hold them so you don't have to. Yo, the way, maybe I just have my own trust issues. Maybe it is just my own trust issues. But I just can't. Y'all, her baby, her life. People choose what they want to do with their child. People choose how they want to take care of their child. But my gosh, posting it to let other people know you have a 1 in a million chance of someone trying to take this information to the extra mile. Can we think about the aftermath of this? Whether it be the child getting older and saying, hey mom, I hate that you created my digital footprint for me. Like, imagine somebody having power to create your entire digital footprint. Do y'all know how terrifying that is? And realizing that you, no matter how old you get, can never erase that. Why is this stressing me out so much? Okay, y'all, when I first saw this video, I was like, I beg your most humble pardon. Actually, it's an inside joke between them and their followers because apparently one of their neighbors asked them if they're renting a baby, or people keep asking if the baby is actually hers because it's a biracial baby who obviously has a lot of melanin. Quick pause, because I can't believe right after this I was about to defend them and then I found this TikTok. Can someone explain to me what's the science behind women getting with men of a different race, particularly a black man, and then still believing in racist stereotypes? Because Roselia Jenkins posted the exact same thing before she deleted TikTok. Like, I beg your pardon, you do realize your baby is still a baby, right? It should be treated as a regular baby. I've seen a lot of people getting upset about it on TikTok, not realizing that, hey, it's an inside joke. I will call things out when people are wrongfully angry. You brought a kid's baby monitor to Thanksgiving because you know the statistics. Guys, all I gotta say is everything feels so performative. I know the first video that I watched, a guy used performative, but now that I'm realizing like everything feels like it was just generated for content. Nothing feels genuine. It almost feels like this person is playing on people's emotions when it comes to statistics about kids being essayed, kids essaying other kids. It really feels like a slap in the face because nothing feels genuine. Forgive me for being so hard on her. When you watch more videos and you come to find out like, hey, where do we draw the line between content and actually caring and trying to educate people? Because when you think of it, this took planning, execution, and time to film. Like, somebody had to take that phone and say, hey, we're gonna put this song, we're gonna film you walking from point A to point B, looking at the baby's monitor. And we know this is gonna tug on people's heartstrings because we are aware that kids are very vulnerable to a lot of messed up situations. And not only that, there are a lot of adults who can relate to this because they went through this. So we're gonna post this video, even though I'm quite literally exploiting my kids on the internet for millions to see. And y'all, she even made 2 videos like this. 2 videos. And I'm like, yo, was this just for content? Was this just for content? And that's what I don't like about family channels, is that a lot of things feel like they don't really care about what they're saying. They're just saying it to say it. Like, they're just using this to manipulate people's emotions and then post it out there on the internet just so people can be like, oh my gosh, this happened to me, that happened to me. While under the same breath, they're posting their kids that might end up on certain sites that no one ever wants to see their kids being posted on. They can't even leave their content brain, not even for therapy. Yo, can y'all imagine being the therapist and watching a client pick up their phone, set it up in a corner or on a tripod stand, and we ask them, hey, what are you doing? It's for my 1 million followers on TikTok to know that I'm going through therapy for my kid, and I have to capture it while the therapy session is actually going on. Do you guys realize this took the thought of saying,
This would look really good on Instagram.
people would say I'm a great parent when I post this. Wait, I almost forgot to include my child. Another thing too, why is the child there while they're having a therapy session? Like, do you really want your kid to even know the problems that you guys are having in your marriage? Now, I know people have mixed opinions about this, and you can have whatever opinion you want and we'll survive, trust me. But I really feel like kids shouldn't know too much about what's going on in your marriage, and therapy is like one of those times where everyone is trying to unwind, trying to let out their emotions, and trying to figure out coping mechanisms and trying to strengthen their relationship. I feel like a child is not not mentally equipped, it's just not appropriate for a child to be there in those times because it can get pretty emotional and pretty hectic. So for you to not only just record yourself in therapy, but then show your child being there, and then on top of that, like trying to make it seem like, hey, we're doing this for you, and then posting it to 1 million people, it just doesn't seem genuine. I'm sorry, nothing seemed genuine. It all just seems like exploitative behavior. I don't like this, man. Like, where's the boundaries? Where's the boundaries when it comes to the internet in your life? Social media doesn't have to know you're in therapy for your kid. Social media didn't even have to see you in the actual therapy session. How much takes did it take for this video to even be recorded? How much times did you have to zoom in on your child to make sure she's looking sad at the perfect time? And it's crazy because her entire content, especially when it comes to her oldest daughter, is about setting boundaries. Almost everything on her page is about setting boundaries and teaching her daughter how to set boundaries. Yet she failed to set the biggest boundary, which is drawing a line between social media and her children and her family life.
I have been taught my entire life that my feelings, the things that happen to me, the way that men have talked to me, that they can just treat me any type of way or act like any type of way, and that it's fine, and that my feelings go unacknowledged. So what does it cost you to just say, I acknowledge, even though that was not my intention, that is how that affected you, that hurt you, so that I know that my feelings matter to you. Why is that such a heavy cost?
I know this is an actual conversation that she's having with her husband, and she included us, the viewers, into this. I think I'm coming to a point where I realize that some people have brains that run on content. Nothing in their brains is about privacy. Everything in their brains or in their subconscious is about content. They think about, this will look good on my TikTok. This will look good on my Instagram. A lot of parents would benefit from hearing this from me. A lot of people would be happy to hear this coming from me. A lot of people like this video. A lot of people can relate to this without realizing that it's okay to not relate to the majority. Whereas this is a super heavy topic. Anything about abuse, DV, quite literally any situation or relationship where you feel like you've been taken advantage of or mistreated and you're left with trauma afterwards, it is a super heavy topic. But if I'm sitting next to you and we having a deep conversation and you pick up your phone, I'ma think, is everything okay? Like, are you really about to record our very intimate and private conversation right now? Let me be honest, I truly feel like people who are equipped and well educated on this topic should be the ones to go into more depth about it. But people choose how they want to cope with trauma. People share what they want to share, and people think it might help someone out there. But I'm just thinking of the content aspect of this, and like also having kids involved in this situation and knowing that your kid is going to have to look back and not only see mom and dad rash it out, but also see mom and dad share the most important points of their life. It's super weird. I'm not gonna lie, it comes across as super weird. Contrary to popular belief, I think this one is very sweet and very cute. And again, I do think it takes a village to raise a child. And I do think it takes a village to raise a family. And seeing something like this where people come together for their spiritual life, at least try to engage spiritually with somebody to help them during their mental health struggles, especially as a mother. I think this video was very sweet. But the video thing, man, I can't get past the taking up the phone and recording situation. I can't get past it. Since watching that one video, my whole brain is like, wait, it's all for content, isn't it?
Baby, I'm... Oh. Baby, I'm so sorry. Are you able to follow me into this? Able to do this with me? All right. Step one, we're going to do something fun to kind of alleviate some of the stress. We're going to do some coloring together. We're going to color a gingerbread house, okay? Number two, my love, I'm going to give you something beautiful to look forward to so we can kind of change the feeling like the whole world is coming in on you, right? And for number three, right, we're going to plug into the Bezzy app because of our need for community. We're going to take advantage of all the resources that'll help make you feel a little better, all right? One step at a time, baby, all right?
Was this an ad? Y'all, I never watched a full video. This was an
Ad.
Have I been pranked? This was an ad. This was an ad. They do have content brain. I'm here thinking, my first thought was, okay, oh, that's sad. And then I was like, wait, if I find my loved ones, if I find my sister, whoever it is, crawled up in the closet, fighting for their life, crying, the last thing I would think is, oh, let me pick up the phone and record. So I was already weirded. I was like, yeah, this was definitely planned. And this was definitely done for content. Not only that, her hair was perfectly done and everything. Like, her eyes weren't even red or anything. For him to set up the phone at the perfect angle where we can catch him picking her up and then carrying her to her bed, I was like, okay, this is definitely for content. Only for me to find out it was an ad. Do y'all see what I mean when I say everything on this account is performative? Do y'all see what I mean now? Okay, y'all seen it for yourself. We all was pranked. I was even like, wait, what are you talking about, Bezzy community? Not sponsored, by the way. Like, but if you want to sponsor me, I'm here.
That you would be a hedge of protection over them, that nothing formed against them would prosper. God, I pray that you would lock these doors with your strongest angels. Nothing would come inside that is not safe, God. I pray for protection and peace and wisdom for all the teachers in that school, God, that you would arm them with everything they need to keep these babies thriving and safe.
Hey baby, I'm gonna pray for you, but hold on. Let me set up my phone. Can I see myself in the video? Dear God, please let this video get 1 million likes. There gotta be a point where content brain must shut off. When you think about what it takes to record that video, when you think about what it takes to set up the angle, possibly set up a tripod stand, and then proceed to pray for your kids who's already being exploited on the internet, it just kind of triggers you in a bit, and it almost comes off as funny. Like, there's no way you're being serious when you do this. There's no way you're doing this and thinking, this will totally benefit my kids in the future. I'm happy she's protecting her kids in her spiritual life and, like, you know, tapping into her spirituality and, you know, using her belief to protect her kids. But was it really that necessary to record this? But anyways, I feel like I'm being a little too harsh on her content and her videos, because a lot of people post religious content. A lot of people post this. But why you kids gotta be involved in it? Why you kids gotta be involved in it? And then y'all come to find out that she posted a video saying, hey, I'm looking for a mama who won't judge me for being preggo and enjoying a glass every once in a while. Are we surprised the video got taken down? And if the video got taken down, I will go ahead and assume that she's learned from this and she realized that was not the smartest thing to post.
Yes, it is true that pregnant individuals get judged for just about anything in pregnancy that you could possibly think of. But there is one thing that's for certain, and that is that there is no known safe amount of alcohol to consume in pregnancy. Nor is there a safe time in pregnancy to consume alcohol. Alcohol in pregnancy is a known toxin and teratogen. That's for certain. And the reason why we make such a big deal of this as obstetricians is that drinking alcohol in pregnancy is not necessary. It is a choice. So for anyone who might be watching this video and is thinking that having a glass of wine or two at some point in pregnancy might be okay just because some influencer with a lot of followers is doing it, think twice before you do that, because again, they're just influencers. They're not medical professionals. Drinking alcohol in pregnancy is not a flex.
You guys would be very surprised at the amount of mothers that are looking at content like this and content creators like this and thinking, oh, they have this wonderful life. Their kids look so happy. Their kids look so cute. They're making money off of this. They look like the perfect family. And people are thinking that this is how they should also treat themselves and also treat their families. People are looking up to them and thinking, hey, maybe I should start a family channel. Maybe this will make me some money. Maybe this will help me out and get me out the trenches. You get what I'm saying? And I'm always down for people trying to get off the trenches. But if those people can't consent, I'm gonna say this again. If those people can't consent to being a part of getting out of the trenches, maybe you shouldn't use them. And that being kids. You are controlling your child's digital footprint. You are controlling whether or not people get to take photos of your child and use it for other things that would give you a heart attack if you find out what certain people are doing with photos of kids. And I'm not opposed to nobody posting pictures of a kid. Like, it's your kid. Like, if you want to share moments of your life and you want to also include your kid in that, fine. That's my unpopular opinion, though. That's my unpopular opinion. But to make your child the focus of your content and to realize that if your child was not in the equation, you would not have the following that you have, that's where it becomes problematic. That's where it becomes very dangerous. Your child is now your bank account. And for most child actors, most child entertainers, most child influences, it has never gone right. So yeah, that's why people go so hard for kids. There are countless reasons and countless examples of kids being taken advantage of simply because their parent internet wanted a quick buck. I want to know, what do you think of family content? I hate family content. I hate family channels. I wish they weren't a thing, but unfortunately there are. There's people like Ruby Frank who existed, who's been mistreating her kids on the internet for years and nothing happened. It got down to the worst possible point for this lady to be arrested, and she gave the most out-of-pocket, disgusting, disturbing advice you can think of, and there were people out there who took her advice. We should protect kids, and we should protect kids online and kids' privacies, okay? Okay, I'm glad we agree on something. But thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and leave a comment and like this video so YouTube knows that you actually enjoyed this video and you want to see more of me, because y'all go check out my last video, because where is everybody? I think YouTube shadow banned me. But it don't matter. If 100 of y'all showing up, that's just what it is. And 100 of y'all gonna show up. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys next time.